Now we're going to show you how to set a snap.
So today for our snap setting and rivet setting, we're going to need some tools and we're going to need some materials. So here are three different snap setters: the Papa Bear, the Mama Bear, and the Baby Bear. Any of these will work, but the tip is what you want to pay attention to. You want to be able to have a snap setter that will set a 20-line snap. Sometimes they're called baby dot snaps, but that's what we'll be sending with your kit, and it's also what most of the people in our classes are using to put snaps on their products. So that, plus a small anvil like this. We need to be able to have that concave surface to set the top of our snap against that, so it preserves that curve. That's why that anvil is set like that. You'll need a piece of leather with some holes in it. This is a little cuff that I'm going to show you how to make sure that you set your snap so it goes in a circle like this and doesn't get put together like this. So here we go. There are four parts to a snap. There's the cap that you're going to see on the outside. This is the slightly domed piece. There's the socket that's going to go with the cap here. It's going to look like a little cup. There is the eyelet here that's also going to pierce the leather from the other side like the cap does. And then there's the stud, which will also fit into the socket and make that snap work. So we're going to start with the harder part to set. And I am giving you a warning because this is tricky. It's tricky to work with a small anvil. We have a snap press at work, so students don't always have to do this by hand. So we're just going to go carefully through the process, and then you're just going to have to practice at home. So we're going to put the button or the cap through the top of the leather where it's going to snap, and we're going to pull against that to unsnap our piece. So that's the first thing you're going to do. Then it's going to sit upside down on your slightly concave anvil. All right, so we're going to put that there, and then we're going to put the little socket on the top of that. Now I'm going to take my small snap setter and put it right in the bead of the end of it into this little tube that you can see presented on the snap, and start hitting this firmly but slowly, because the tendency, I'm not going to even finish this before I show you this, the tendency is that the stem is going to bend to the side, and then the top of your snap and the bottom of your snap are going to be askew. So you want to be careful that the stem is opening up equally all the way around, and that it's staying straight up and down so that your snap is set correctly. So back here again, I'm going slowly. I'm going to be checking it every once in a while to make sure that it's setting so that I can see this like from the edge. And I don't know if you can see that, but at some point you're going to be able to look and see, is the bottom of my snap right below, or right in line with this? And you want to get as close as you can. So once you get to that point, you can give it another little nudge and make sure that it sits very snugly against your leather and doesn't wiggle too much, and then you're done with that part of it. Okay, now we're going to do the second part of the snap, and I've flipped over my small anvil so that the flat side is showing up. I'm going to put my eyelet through the leather from the bottom, so this part of the snap gets kind of hidden underneath. Okay, this flat part here. And I'm going to check to make sure, okay, when I set my snap, yep, it's going to come into a circle like that. It's always good to check twice. I'm going to put the little stud on top, right over that tube that's sticking up, and do the same thing again. take my snap setter, doesn't matter which one I've got there, just as long as they're for 20 line snaps. This one is a little harder to mess up, so you can just kind of go straight down and hit it firmly there and make sure it doesn't wiggle too much. And then you get to test your snap. So here's the moment that we've been waiting for, and you're going to hear a nice click if I've set this correctly. Voila!